Hello shipmates, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever. You're joining me just outside the docks that we've got a whole bunch of food waiting on. And as you can see, the ship is coming in for the first time to make a pickup. This is good. Since you left unjustly at the end of the last episode, I have paid down £1 million worth of loan, which is nice. Which has, has resulted in everything looking a little shinier in the money department. And we made 1.2 million in profit last year. Now, I know you're wondering, how much food do we actually have waiting here? The answer is 53. I was kind of hoping that would pop in the middle there. Yes. So if we do that, and then we close it, and we go 53. No, see, it's just not remembered, has it? Anyway, yes, which is more than enough to fill this chap up. So hopefully, the new water trade that we've got deployed here will, in the fullness of time, start to pay off. If it's taken a full load with its cannon on its maiden loaded voyage, we should start to see that pay off. Yay! Anyway, today I promised you railroad in the mountains. What I'm going to deliver for you is railroad in the mountains. So don't disappear, and you'll get to see that not work exactly as planned. So as the good ship, Profitable, departs from the port, we're going to go and scout out exactly where I should be building my line. In the mountains. But before we do that, here's Train 1. Let's go and have a quick look at Train 1. Now, we had a special request that I never change Train 1. That I always leave it as this slow motion, rickety number, and we just keep it going. And you know what? I'm okay with that. It's making enough to keep it, viable. But I don't want its costs to expand anymore. So we're going to call this the Legacy Special. And I'm going to set that to be replaced, wait for it, with another one of itself. Now, the reason that I'm not just going to let it run as is, because that would be ridiculous. It will end up costing me an arm and a leg. Right, now, what are we talking about? Is it a D third? Is it? That ran on the Spanish bread, the bread barn. Yeah, it must be. Because obviously I'm running the mod that means that no trains ever expire fully. So I'll have one of those on there. How many carriages are you pack in? 5 by the looks of it. Okay. Wagons. Which will be this one as well. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Get yourself replaced. I know I'm going to regret it. I'm going to want to upgrade that at some point, and we'll work around it. Because I'm running two trains on this line, and if I were to upgrade them, I'd make a shed load more money. So I'm doing this for you, viewer. I hope you appreciate it. Right, to the mountains. Now then, I want to set up somewhere that we have not yet been. And in order for this to be in any way practical, I'm going to need the stations that we set up, or the line between the two stations, to be relatively on the same elevation. Otherwise, the whole thing's going to be a disaster. So oddly enough, and this would be replacing the setup we've got here between where are we here? Trunz and Muster and Tavech would be the ideal location, but no, we're already booked in now. Although saying that, look at this, Gertnellen. Oh, you beauty! Gertnellen's spectacular. Let's go up a little further. What do we got here? Briston looks pretty good. Erstfeld. Altdorf, but then we're no longer in the mountains. Oh, all right. No, back to Gertnellen it is. Now, Gertnellen is up the mountain pass a little, but it's not actually, I wouldn't say that was 100% mountainous. Unless you count these flipping great mountains on either side. Wow, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be ridiculously expensive. Our only choice is going to be to follow the track of the road here, probably straighten it some, and then hopefully we can get up. I mean, presumably if the road can get up there, we can get up with track, and then hook Gertnellen up to Vassen, I should say, before the pronunciation police come for me. Right, I've got 413 grand in the bank. That won't even cover the cost of the train, and then another 5.5 million available to be borrowed as the need arises. Yeah, and okay, so first off, we're going to try a station now. I've got what's this, multi-level passenger station. That sounds dangerous. Talk to me. Speak to me of your multi-leveledness. Now, I've got the ability to build slopey stations, I believe, but I've never done them before. And hold on, there it is. Look, slopey station. Right now, how do I? Oh, I see. Okay, right. This is going to be a learning experience for all of us. So pay attention. Right, if we whiz that around, okay, click very carefully. I think that's going the wrong way. Let's have a look. Slope 6%, 60% slope. I don't see how this is working in my favour in the slightest. I don't see where the slope is. Now I don't have my spirit level with me. But I'm not seeing where this is going favourably. Now this is a good spot for the station here. Look at that. This is going to generate the greatest views anywhere on the existing network. 230 grand. Oof. Negative slope. Yes. Let's try negative. What is? Hold on. There we go. There's more choices here. Look. No one told me. Right, where are we? What are you doing? What's going on? What I could do with is, you know what? We're going to go down the mountain for a sec. Let's have a look at this on the flat and see what the actual effect is. Right, spin it around, dive down. Okay, there we go. Right, that's a little more obvious now, isn't it? Hold on, altitude adjustment multiple. What does that mean? Flying stations. Okay. Right. I get it. Right. Okay. Understood. Back to Gertnellen. No, we're going to start at Vassen. Right. And the goal is that both ends of this station and the road are relatively flush with the ground. So that is not relatively anything. Let's try this. And we'll know as we get closer because it will get cheaper. And I'm doing this with trial and error at the moment. I don't know if you noticed or not. Let's try negative slope. That's the autosave. You hadn't crashed it. That's just autosave doing its merry dance. Oh no, that's digging in. No, we don't want to dig in. We want to stay upright. And then if we make it about 40. No, well, why are you now underground? That's because your altitude adjustment is negative. There we are. Right, altitude adjustment, none. Okay, now what I will take the first price that comes along that's under 200 grand. The question is, hold on, that looks like it might be a flyer. We're obviously going to need some kind of in-town route here as well, but I don't want to. No, I don't want to wuss out and go fully in town. I mean, the alternative would be just to flatten out this bit of land here, plonk it in as a terminal. But I can't tell that I couldn't tell you right now that I'm not going to be ambitious later on. Bulldoze half of Vassen, and push on up the hill to what's that? Shannon. In fact, I reckon that's a virtual certainty. So, all right, at this stage, I'll take anything under 220 grand. It's like bidding. We're doing a bidding exercise. What if I make you a little higher up? That's 124 grand. That's even better than I anticipated. Oh yeah, right. Now I need to twink it around the corner a little, because otherwise we won't be able to get any track down there. All right, okay, I'll take it. That's a station. It's only little, but to be honest, I only anticipate running a small train up here. Now then, can we get down here easily? I don't think we can. I think our better bet is going to be to run along the mountain side in order to avoid having to build bridging on the way down. This is where we're going, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to Gurtnellen. All right. Stay on the mountain side. All right, we've got a bridge coming up here. There's no avoiding it. And you want £1 million from me. Now, I'd tell you to get knotted, but frankly, look at that. That's glorious. How can I not pay for that? It would be a crime against great railway rides to not pay for that. Yep, give me the money. Here we are, paid for. I mean, look, it's just brilliant. I had meant to upgrade the bridge, but actually, I think the wooden bridge in this situation adds quite a lot to the atmosphere. And this bit's not going to be any cheaper, is it? Right. I may have bitten off rather more than I can actually afford here. See, that's what we want. We want a stone bridge, because a speed limit of 60 is not ideal. We also have to think about how we're going to get down to Gurtnellen, unless Gurtnellen, I do some judicious smoothing here, and we make it a mountainside station. Now I can almost hear the gathered dignitaries watching this video go, "Do that, yes, definitely do that. That's what we want." I'm gonna have to. All right, let's max it. Okay, let's not mess around. I've got £5 million on the go. Let's get this done. Let's get it built. Let's get it made. That's too expensive. We'll go as far as here. All right. Okay. That's so far so good. And then, please don't steal all my money. I can't afford a tunnel. I don't really want to go up either. And I dread to think how much this station that I just pretended existed is going to cost. I'm going to have to go up a little. Can we go down some? No. Up a little it is then. Ooh dear. Bit of a gouge there. I don't want a tunnel. I don't want a tunnel. It's too expensive. Although saying that, it is pretty flipping spectacular. All right, I'll take it. This is the kind of thing you build on you decide that you've had enough. You need to spend more time in your garage, and that you're going to build a model railroad. And this is the first thing you make. So you kind of go, I'm going to build something completely ludicrous. Train 2 has reached its lifetime. Train 2 is just going to have to hang on there, because we've got a major engineering project on the go. 105 grand. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that every day of the week. There we go. Yeah, put in stone pillars. There we are. Now, I think you probably gathered by now that this is not going to be running the fastest trains we ever get here. I think we've also now passed the mountain track station. Regrettable, but sadly, I don't think there's much we can do about it. But I am going to need to fit a station in here somewhere. All right, okay. Commence swearing. Here we go. Right. I don't think angled station is going to do me much good here, although the altitude adjustment might. All right, okay, second street connection, no. Let's line it up. And then, you know, let's smell the pain. We'll start there. Opening bid, 500,000 quid. Okay then. All I'm after from you now is for you to happily sit on the side of this mountain a little. And I'd like you to do it before I decide to go get the smoothing tool out and try and carve out a shelf for you, because I know for a fact that's just going to empty my account and I'll be left with a station that doesn't fit anything. All right, let's try doing a bit of this and see what we get out of that. No. All right, try 0% slope and 0 on that, which is basically just a regular station. Look, I'd like you to sit about here. Now, I know it's the road that's causing you the problem. What if we went terminal instead? Well, hold on. It fit. It will fit there. All right, gently turn around the other way. Do we think we can line it up? Okay. Ooh, 200 grand. That looks pretty good to me. Now, we are going to be chancing a rather severe terrain alignment collision, all right? I accept this risk. All right, now that looks like they're on pretty much the same elevation. The question is, what happens when you do that? Well, it works. It's a pretty ugly angle, but it does work. Oh, you'll have to have nerves of steel to ride on this beast. But there we go. That happened. That's now in there. Now we're gonna. I think smoothing is going to be absolutely mandatory to get this next bit working. And yes, I know I haven't even considered trying to get a bus stop on here. It's going to need to be a small street, isn't it? Okay, so far so good. And first time. Not quite first time. Okay, well, what about, can I use medium on here? Yeah, we can use medium on here. And apparently that's going straight down. I don't believe a word of it. All right, let's get it around the corner. Now, we do have up. I don't think it's going to reach up, though. I think down is our friend. I think there may be some bulldozing, perhaps a little bit of smoothing that is required to make this work. Can you? Will you? Too much slope. Oh, it's not by much, though, surely. That almost looks viable. In fact, I would say it does look viable. If we bulldoze this bit of road, I know it's a main connection. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm holding shift, look. I'm holding shift, but it still wants me to delete that building. All of you shift holder protesters from the one where I forgot how to hold shift. No. Yeah, right there. Right, bulldoze that. Right, now, get this sucker down off the mountain. Onto there. I don't really want the bridge. There's not too much slope, it's fine. There we go, like that. Oh, this is just doubling up the awesome. Okay, 200 grand is more than I want to pay for a bridge, but I'm paying it because that's, as mentioned, doubling up the awesome. Right, and then we need to get this back under the bridge again. So if we get rid of that. Come on, first time. Don't fight me, just do it first time. I'm sure you can appreciate the majesty of this road that we're building here, friend. Come on, work with me. See, look. That's more than happy to get under there. Hook it up onto this bit. Perfect. And then all I need you to do is just do something there. I don't want to stuff it. Progress demands that gets deleted. There we go, like that. And then, ooh, somewhere tasty. How about here? Construction's not possible. Construction will be possible. Or else. I don't know what this game's got going on with its insistence on deleting buildings right now. There we go. We'll do it like that. And then the AI can figure it out. And we'll see how we get on with that. Well, there we go. That's a route and a bit. Now then, where am I going to put a depot? Because we need one. Where am I going to stick that? I possibly ought to pay this down, you know. Let's pay that down. Am I going to get a bit more no, not quite. If I'd like to pay down a little more, just to avoid the end of season, the end of year taxation on that bit of borrowing. Right. We'll go with the cheaty depot. It's there. We've done it. It's happened. We're alive. Okay. So this is Vossen to Gertnellen. Yeah, you know, I thought there for a moment that I might be placing a goods line, and that, you know, that was going to be cue for an awful lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth, but it turns out I actually got it right. There we go. Right. So this, should we give it a spectacular name? No, we won't. This is just going to be Was to Gur. Which means that I'll never remember which the spectacular line is. We'll just happen upon it occasionally. Right. Okay, so I don't know how much I just paid back in loanage. Steam trams available. Terrific. What do you got for me? We paid 105k out in loan debt servicing. Ooh. But I've still got the best part of £1 million left in the bank. Right. What shall we put on here? Now, the Great Western, this little tank engine type deal, someone's going to tell me it's not a tank engine, and they're going to do so in a very indignant fashion. Actually, I think it's going to be the Baldwin. The reason being that it has this cow catcher on the front of it, and for rock slides and the like, I think that's going to be incredibly appropriate. Don't argue with me, I've bought it. Right, and then let's put some carriages on there. Oh no, this is the point where I put the wrong carriages on, and everybody has a problem with it. Right, what have we got? It's a consolidation. It's American, which means it's the Clerestory, which will do 80. So a little more than we need. Regular passenger car. Is it though? I thought the Baldwin, the consolidation was pretty quick. 60. It will do. I could get them very upset and put some Soviet coaches on there, but I'm not going to. Right. Do we go with the cheapy passenger car? 14 does just short of the top speed. Or do we go with the Clerestory, which is a lot more expensive? No, we will go with the cheapy ones. Not enough money. All right, I'm going to borrow enough to buy enough of these to make it worthwhile. How many did I just buy? Was that 3? Yeah, I want one more. There we go. It's the future. Right. Where are you going? Vasgur. All right. You better believe we're going to watch this on its maiden voyage. We'll pay all that back. All right. Here we go. Now, the question is, what's the best view? I think on train. We'll do one on train to begin with. Right. Here we go. Settle in. We're just going to enjoy this majestic implausible mountainside line. Now, I'm still going to have to hook up commuter routes at both ends. Otherwise, this really will just be a gargantuan waste of money. But you know, for views like this, I think it's worthwhile. Particularly when I, at some point, spend 6 hours removing all of these boulders because they look hideous. You know, maybe going a bit wild with the tree gun while we're at it. There you go. This is a good bit. Get your cameras out. Yes. Definitely needs tree gun. Now, this is the point at which I desperately hope the developers want to do a little bit more work on the game to fix the tunnels. Right, because the tunnels are fine, they're good, but you know, they could be better. That's all I'm saying, could be better. And for one such as myself, and you, viewer of mine, I suspect that having a tunnel that was just a little more atmospheric would be a welcome addition to the game. but I have no idea how complicated that is. So, you know, maybe we should just leave it. Right, coming up on the second tunnel. We've definitely got a bit of smoothing work here to do just to even this out a little bit. But overall, I am already quite pleased with this. And that's an understatement. I am very pleased with this. This is a fabulous bit of train ride. Don't worry, we'll after we've completed our maiden voyage here, I'll set up the commuter lines, and then we'll have a good long watch from the perspective of an outsider. Bit of a wiggle into the station, but you know, I'll tolerate it. You think subsidence is going to be a problem? I would be surprised if it wasn't. There we are. Awesome. Right, now then, I need a bus stop. This is going to be the bit that's going to make me very sad. Right, please fit a bus stop on. Okay. I'm not sad in the slightest. We'll even put it there so that the potential passengers don't lob themselves down the mountainside. And then we will have everything travels on the right. Well, I want at the bottom there. And actually, this is, what the hell's this place called again? Gurtnellen. You would think that would stick in my mind. Right, and we'll stick one down there. I want to put one more on for looping purposes. Let's do that, and then we'll go right down the deep end, because I don't know how this town is going to expand, but presumably it will do. Right. You know what? I would run trams on here as well, but I'm not gonna, because it's you know, I just want it working. I want passengers on my train. Right, and then what kind of wacky route have you done there? It doesn't look like it should be working. We're going to need to double stop, I think. There we are. That's better. Yeah. So straight up the middle of town, very straightforward. I like it. Right, from the avenue, which is there, back to the crescent, which is here, and then new road. And we're golden. Right, so this is Queensway. If we stick with our naming convention, which I quite like, in case it's not incredibly obvious, for in-town commuting these days, we go with the name of the town and then the kind of final destination station, the station of destination final. For naming. I'm actually going to stick the depot out here because there's more space, and I don't want to get in. I don't want to get in the way of what precious space there is for this place to grow. Right, 18 kilometers an hour, 5 passengers, or 5 passengers, 17 kilometers an hour, but it is a steam coach. We'll go with the better stuff. Right, we will run 3 initially. Where are we? Queensway. There we go. Okie doke. Right, now, back up the other end. Back up to the other end. And in Vassen, we need to do something similar. Right. I can't get a proper end of line bus station in here, can I? No, the terrain alignment collision is fighting me hard. It's going, you have defied the laws of terrain alignment. And now I will smite you. However, you may have this one here. Thank you. Right, and then a couple of these, and we'll do this. We'll do a similar kind of maneuver. Let's go up here. Sure, and then we'll go all the way up here. Oh, you know what? And we're so close to the next town. Okay, all right, yeah. We'll carry on. We'll carry on up to wherever this is. Shannon. Gosh. And we'll go right to the town centre. We don't need 2 there, just need 1. Okay. Well, this is going to require more vehicles on it. But, you know, we have, as a result, hooked up multiple towns. There you go, School Lane and Victoria Street. And St. John's Road. No, hold on. We don't need St. John's Road twice. Get rid of that. Right, is that working? Upper Vossen, yes. School, yeah. Victoria, John's, Victoria, School, Upper, School, Victoria. Yeah, right. Okay, that's it. Good. Makes sense to me. Right, so this is going to be Vas. Well, no, this is going to be Vas Shannon. Sadly, I can't do an umlauted O just off the top of my head. Shannon St. John. That sounds like it's real. Good. Right, need a depot. Easier said than done. Can we squeak one in here without it breaking the bank? We can, but the terrain alignment is once again colliding. Come on, any way you like. I don't want to pay 40 grand for it, but I will if I have to. I definitely don't want to pay 50 grand. Just get it in there. Right, okay. Buy road vehicles. We'll go with Captain Speedy again here, and I want, what do we think? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set line, and that's Vossen, Goshen, and St. John. Okay, right. Maneuvers are occurring. Let's get these guys up and running at high speed. Go high speed. Let's get things strolling. I would like to have one passenger on my insane train before we go look at it. This fella's gone for a stroll. I'm not sure where he's going, but he's all over it. He's going with purpose, and it's got nothing to do with me running the game at high speed. Oh, meet his friend, coming the opposite direction. Hello, Helmut.
Hello, Ingrid. How's your day?
Right. Let's see. Come on. I got one person waiting at a bus stop. Oh, no. We've got one person waiting at the station. Oh, this is very exciting. Now, you're just going to have to admire the bird's eye view for a second, and then we shall zoom in and embrace what is clearly one of the top railway journeys anywhere in the world. Right, here we go. Do we want to follow along using the follow cam, or do we want the Colonel cam? I think we'll follow along. There we go. That's a pretty good distance. Looking forward, looking back a bit, looking back a bit. Okay, there we go. Soak it up. There we go. So this will, as we complete this journey, wrap it up for today's episode. Now, to you, it might look like I've just wasted a hell of a lot of money. I suspect it hasn't, because I believe that you fine people appreciate the good things in life, and this route is just one of them. And it clearly needs some tree gun. Not a lot, but, you know, a little bit, just to take the edges off here and there, and all these boulders removing. And I think we're in business then, because the boulders here look like they're completely out of scale. It's like we're on some kind of alien planet. So I'll tidy them up at some point and use a bit of tree gun to just spruce the area up. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. No one more surprised than I that this has worked in any fashion at all, or rather the lack of drama in actually getting this track laid out in the first place. I think that's pretty splendid. Now, I may roll it forward a touch in order to pay the loan down before the next episode, so that we can. I won't pay it off completely. I'm not insane. Just so that I've got enough slush fund to come up with some other project of some description. But I mean, frankly, if this is the only route that I built in this series, it was worth it. And obviously, since I've built other routes, it's doubly worth it, because this is top notch, and it maybe go once I've got a bit more cash, we might see just how long a mountainous route we can actually build, because that could be pretty cool. Anyway, we've got passenger one. There's passenger one. Anyone else? Passenger 1 rides alone. No, passenger 2 hates passenger 1 and is stood at the other end of the platform, but they will ride together off into the, why not, sunset. Chuck a like at this one if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.